The top 10 centers in the NBA right now. In today's video, we'll be ranking the top 10 best centers in the NBA right now. But before we start, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Number 10, Sabonis. Domantas Sabonis is one of the most skilled centers in the NBA today. He's mostly gone under the radar due to him playing for smaller market teams. Listed at 6'11" and weighing in at 240 pounds, he is a smooth operator on the offensive end and shows elite finesse when he works down below in the post. Sabonis' best attribute is definitely his passing, and honestly, he might be number 2 behind Jokic when it comes to big men passers. He's averaged over 5 assists per game over the last 3 seasons. He's exceptional at reading defenses and finding the open cut or slashing to the rim. Not only can he pass, but he's also a solid scorer as well. He's averaged right around 19 points per game through the last few seasons. Sabonis gets most of his points from second chance points and rolling to the rim, but he still showcases sweet footwork and soft touch around the rim. His biggest obstacle has to be his lackluster defense, which is why he's here at number 10. He struggles a bit when defending the pick and roll and definitely struggles when protecting the rim. All in all, he's a very productive rebounder and player in general, and he's already off to a good start with the Sacramento King. Number 9, Jonas. Jonas Valancas is the most underrated center in the league, and I know some of you out there may be surprised to see him this high. Jonas is a very intelligent veteran who makes all the right plays and gives max effort every time it comes out. Listed at 7 feet tall and weighing in at 265 pounds, he's a small ball's worst nightmare. On the inside, he has decent footwork and post moves that allow him to be a force for opposing defenders. What sets him apart from many centers is his ability to hit three-point shots. Last season, he shot 36% from threes on 2 attempts per game. Although he's nowhere near a high-volume shooter, it's never a good idea to leave him open behind the arc. Probably his most important aspect of his game is his passing ability. No, he isn't Jokic or even Sabonis, but there definitely aren't many true centers who can pass the rock like he can. He even averaged 2.6 assists last season, which ranked him 11th in the NBA among centers. When it comes to rebounding the basketball, he was really good in that area as well, pulling down 3 offensive rebounds a game, which ranked him 10th last season. His versatility on the offensive end is what truly makes the New Orleans Pelicans a tough team to go against. Although he isn't a great defender, he sure is solid. Number 8, ROB. Robert Williams is a center every team wishes they had on their team. His game solely revolves around energy and impressive athleticism, even though he is undersized. Listed at 6'9", weighing in about 237 pounds, Williams is a really strong player while also being pretty mobile and agile for his size. This is what makes him such a great player on both ends of the court. No, he isn't the best defensive player, but he does exactly what is needed of him, and sometimes that's all you can ask for. Robert Williams is an elite lob threat and raises above and finishes on any player in the league. That's mainly because he's truly a freak of nature. He has a 40-inch vertical and an enormous 7'5" wingspan, which makes him a matchup nightmare for every center in the NBA. Let's talk about the real reason he's ranked so high on this list: defense. Williams is undoubtedly a top 10 defender in the NBA and is sure to win a Defensive Player of the Year award if he can manage to stay healthy. Last season, he was 2nd in blocks per game behind Jaren Jackson Jr., and if Williams would have played more games, he would have definitely been number 1. Not only does he have freakish athleticism, but his ability to anticipate when to swat shots is top-notch. Again, it's important that he stays healthy, because we all know how important he is to the Celtics defense. Number 7, Pascal. Pascal Siakam has been the starting center for the Toronto Raptors, and he's doing more than a fine job going up against the bigger and stronger centers. On the offensive end, he is elite and can do just about anything. There aren't many centers in the NBA who can score as good as he can, and in the paint and the mid-range. While he only weighs in around 230 pounds, he still manages to be very physical when searching for a basket on the inside. Siakam is also extremely mobile and is incredibly light on his feet, which makes spin moves, drop, and hop steps really effective. He's just a tough guard for any opponent, no matter the position, but his playmaking is what smooths out his game even more. Pascal averaged over 5 assists last season and even ranks 2nd in assists among all power forwards. He even runs the paint occasionally, and he doesn't look out of place at all. On the boards, while he's not a great rebounder, he is a really good one. He often outworks opponents on the glass with his top-tier hustle. The most valuable part of his game is his versatility on defense. He can legitimately defend 4 to 5 positions on a nightly basis at an elite level. The combination of length, mobility, and hustle makes Pascal one of the most feared defenders to go up against. Number 6, Ayton. While DeAndre Ayton's game isn't really that comparable with other modern bigs in the NBA, he still knows how to get the job done. The 24-year-old is 6'11", weighing in at 250 pounds. Ayton doesn't really do one thing at an elite level like the others on this list, but he's really solid at just about everything, which evens it out. On the offensive end, he's a great screen setter and roll man, which is really helpful, especially when the point god himself, Chris Paul, is running your offense. Last season, he averaged 17 points per game, which ranked him 6th in scoring among all centers. When he gets aggressive in the post, he can be a dangerous threat with his underrated footwork and soft touch off the glass. While his mid-range shot is a work in progress, he'll surprise the defense every once in a while by making one, and honestly, his shot mechanics look pretty decent. As for rebounding, he averages 10.5 per game for his career and averaged 10 a game last season. As we all know, his defense can be questionable at times, but he's still young and has a lot of room to grow in that area. Number 5. Gobert. Rudy Gobert is one of the most valuable and productive centers we have in the NBA, and he absolutely dominates when it comes to rebounding, defending, and setting hard screens. It's hard to imagine just how much better he would be if he had an offensive game, but nonetheless, he's still top tier. Let's start with his rebounding. Gobert has averaged over 13 rebounds per game over the last 5 seasons, and was even the rebounding champ last season, and placed 2nd in the year before in 2020. He's arguably the best rebounder in the game currently, and you don't need me to tell you why that's valuable for centers. On defense, he's even better in that category. He's arguably the best defender in the NBA and has 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards to back it up. In his 9 seasons in the NBA, he's averaged over 2 blocks per game 8 times in his career, which is amazing to say the least. For the start of his 2022-23 season, he's already averaging 1.7 blocks per game through his first 10 games. Those numbers are while he'll continue to be in the race for another Defensive Player of the Year award. Number 4. Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo, like Pascal Siakam, is undersized at the center position, but Bam's athleticism and skills allow him to thrive with playing down low. While he is 6'9", he weighs around 255 pounds now, and this is a huge reason why he's able to battle with bigger players. Offensively, he's very talented. Although he still has a ways to go if he wants to be a great offensive player, he still is really effective. A lot of his points come from the pick and roll and just short shots around the rim. He's shown glimpses of having a good face-up game and even shows great finesse and footwork in the paint. If he can continue to build upon his face-up and post-game, it will really be beneficial for his career and team success. On the defensive end is where he's elite and needs little help in that area. He's in the conversation of being the most versatile defender in the NBA, and is even thought to be a top 5 defender in general by most. Bam can really defend all 5 positions exceptionally well, and he's actually known for locking down point guards at times. Versatility on the defensive end is so important in today's NBA, especially when you're already on a great defensive team with the Miami Heat. All in all, the 25-year-old is a crucial piece in the Heat's journey to win a title. So long as he's on the floor, the likelihood of that happening is high. Number 3. Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is arguably the most skilled big man in the NBA, but injuries have definitely altered his impact over the last couple of seasons. Nonetheless, when AD is healthy, he's a problem for opposing teams every single night. On the offensive end, he's unstoppable when he chooses to post up in the paint. AD's strength and mobility enables him to slither by any defender who checks him, and if he wasn't so injury-prone, he would definitely see that more often. Unfortunately, he is. So now Davis's game revolves around the mid-range and 3-point line, although he has been playing more in the post and under the rim as of recent. But it's only a matter of time before he reverts back to shooting only post hooks and mid-range jumpers, which is not a bad thing at all. AD is more than capable of putting up great numbers within the free throw line. He has a soft touch a few feet from the basket and arguably has the best mid-range shot of any center. Defensively is where he brings the most value for the Lakers. He is still a top-tier shot blocker and top 5 overall defender, and he is definitely one of the reasons the Lakers have one of the best defenses in the league currently. Number 2. Embiid. Joel Embiid is one of the most dominant players in the league, and it showed last season when he secured his first scoring title, averaging 30 points per game. At 7 feet tall, weighing in at 280 pounds, he's a huge guy, and when he imposes his strength on defenders, you'll need 2 or even 3 players to slow him down. He's also a really good shooter, and even shot 37% from 3 over the last 2 seasons. On the boards, he's great in that department too, which ranked him 4th in rebounds per game last season with 11.7. On the defensive end, he provides great post defense and high-level rim protection, although it can seem non-existent at times. Even when he has one of his sluggish games, he's still an elite big man without question. Number 1. Joker. Nikola Jokic takes our number 1 spot for the video, and it's probably no surprise. The two-time MVP is picking up where he left off last season and is looking great again in this 2022-23 season. Jokic is probably the best passer in the NBA, one of the best rebounders in the NBA, and also probably the best touch around the rim for centers, even though it can look very unorthodox the majority of the time. All in all, the Joker will most likely hold this number 1 spot throughout the entire season and be in the MVP race yet again. But what do you think? How accurate is our list, and what changes would you make? Let us know in the comments section below. Did you enjoy this video? If so, hit the like button and subscribe to NBA Swish for more amazing NBA content just like this. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.